Hello and welcome to Whisky Resource. My name is Mark. This is review 167 and today I'll be taking a look at the Penderyn Sherrywood. Now I picked this up on the 3rd of June 2021. So I had this bottle for over a year and it did take me maybe 6 months before I opened it. I think I opened it at the beginning of this year, and you can see that the fill level is just at the bottom of the label. So I've probably had, let's say, about 100ml out of that. Three pours possibly, which is enough for me to have formulated an opinion as to what I think about this. So I picked it up from Amazon. I paid £30 for it when it was on one of the Amazon deals. However, the usual price on Amazon is £41.95. You can also pick it up for £41.95 from Masters of Malt, and the Whisky Exchange sell it for £42.95. So you're looking at about an average price of around £42.45, somewhere around that, for a bottle of this Penderyn Sherrywood, bottled at 46% ABV. It is bottled by the Welsh distillery Penderyn. It is non-chill filtered, but they don't make any mention as to colour. On previous labels of the Madeira, they did say it was non-chill filtered and natural colour, but they've since removed the words natural colour as far as I can tell. But there on the back you can see the non-chill filtered element to that. It has the same style bottle as the Madeira, which you can see in my previous review up there, and it has this banded label at the top which indicates the type of whiskey it is. Each whiskey has a different colour. The Portwood, I believe, is a bit of a more of a navy blue, a dark blue colour. This you can pick up widely. However, I haven't really seen it in supermarkets. You can pick up the Madeira in the supermarkets, typically on offer at £27. Sainsbury's do that quite a bit. But the Sherrywood I've never seen in the supermarket, so it may well be a specialist whisky shop that will stock it. So I'm going to pour a dram of this whisky, and we'll see how we feel about it. Amazon, kind of as the overriding flavour profile definition of this, say it is orange, influence of orange, and sherry does provide an orange oil note. So what do we get on this then? Yeah, orange oil, definitely, that is there, but that could be some subjectivity going on based on influence. But orange oil, sherry, fruity certainly, but it does seem a bit youthful. There are some alcohol, spirit notes on there, some unmatured notes. We don't know how old this is. We don't know what the oldest whiskey is that they pour into this. Certainly the youngest whiskey in here is 3-year-old, but overall we don't know how old it is. We'll probably stab at a guess to say it's about 5-year-old, but that is a guess. It's not overly sherry. Whilst it does have those sherry notes there, it's not an intense sherry. It's, let's say it's had an influence of sherry. It's a pleasant nose. It is one that may take a bit of time to open up. Yeah, on my palate. So I'm just going to come out and say what I think. It's a pleasant enough, tasty, semi-sweet, medium-sweet whiskey. It's pleasurable, but it's not mind-blowing. There are lovely elements of orange and some orange-based spices. So clove sitting there, a bit of ginger, touch of cinnamon, but studded into an orange peel. It's and maybe boiled or baked, but it's orange influenced spices going on there. It's pleasant, as I say. It's enjoyable. It isn't a mind-blowing sherried whiskey though. Double matured, so it says here double matured in the finest ex-bourbon barrels and ex-Oloroso sherry casks to bring out. Well, double matured could mean anything. It could mean that it's been finished in a sherry cask. It could be that it's a vatting of ex-bourbon and ex-sherry. That's what I think it is. I think it's a vatting to give an influence of sherry. But I think the vatting is an imbalance. I think it's more bourbon than sherry, let's say. As I say, it's not bad. It's certainly not a £42 bottle of whiskey. I think you're probably looking closer to what I paid £30 for this. When I first tried it, my first pour, I've got to say I was really disappointed by it. I thought it wasn't even worth £30. Second pour was better. Third pour was better again. This pour, it's improving. Every time I try it, it's improving. Maybe it's starting to breathe, starting to open up. It's starting to have some influence going on there. So potentially, by the time I get down to half the bottle, it could be a much better proposition. What's it like with water? That's brought out a bit of coffee notes. A bit of coffee, bit of dark chocolate. And it's increased the intensity of the orange oil. Palate. It's brought on more bitterness. A bit more spice. A bit more fruitcake. Would I recommend this? Proviso the price. As I say, £42 I think is too much. I think you're looking at a £30 bottle of whiskey. It is enjoyable, but it's not mind-blowing. There's nothing there that's making us remember this whiskey and wanting to drink it more. As you can see, a bottle that has been open for at least 6 months, that I've had for a year, has suffered when it comes to options in the whiskey cabinet. I'm not pulling it out as much. I have bought the Portwood. Again, that was an offer on Amazon. I've been keeping an eye out on the Portwood for quite some time, and the only place that I've typically seen it on offer is Ocado. At that time, Ocado didn't deliver to my location. They do now, but it's not on offer. So I'm looking forward to trying the Portwood. I've not opened that one yet, but I do prefer port-influenced whiskey over sherry when they're not a sherry bomb. When a sherry whiskey is a sherry bomb, then they're the best, really. But then port matured whiskies, port bombs can be enjoyable too. Yeah, that's it.